kill me.
Hello everybody, Martial Arts Film Freak here, and this is the first video of 2023. And for the first video of the new year, I actually want to take a look back at the year before. Take a look back at 2022. I would like to run through every movie that I watched in the last year that were first-time watches, movies that I had seen for the very first time. That would be 131 movies according to Letterboxd. Now, these are movies from 2022, these are movies from years before, not just all brand new things, and I'm just going to run through all of them as fast as I can, not super fast, but you know, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on 131 movies. That's a long video, and I don't want to edit that. So let's take a look back at last year. What was good, what was bad, what fell in between, and sadly I feel like there's going to be quite a lot of bad. I watched some not very good movies last year, new and old. And when I say old, I mean really old. So here are the movies I watched in 2022, starting with Mortal Kombat Legends. What is the title of this? Scorpion's Revenge. Yes, that movie came out in 2020, but I finally watched it last year. I believe, let me check here my score. I gave it 2.5 stars. Not very impressed. I didn't like it very much. The second movie I watched in 2022 was 2018's Upgrade. Yes, it took me 2 years to get to Upgrade, a movie that I so obviously would enjoy, and a movie that I thought I would see the twist coming, and I thought I did halfway through the movie, but then when the end came, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't get it right, and that made me happy. 4.5 stars. This next film came from the Joseph Quo Cinematic Vengeance box set. That would be 36 Deadly Styles. Sadly, I only gave it 2.5 stars. I did not care for it that much. The next film, also from this set, is The World of Drunken Master. I gave it 3.5 stars. I liked it a bit more. Followed that up with 2021's Encanto, which I gave 4 stars. I called it beautifully animated as always from Disney. I don't love all the music, but the Big Sister song, Surface Pressure, that's a bop. Next up was the 2021 film The Harder They Fall. Obviously, at the beginning of the year, I am going through the previous year's films that I missed. I gave this one a full up 5 stars. I said last year there were a few movies that were far more style than substance. This movie is the perfect blend of style and substance. That style is absolutely glorious and the substance is fantastic. An absolute old school western that is gorgeously filmed with excellent performances all around, colorful characters played by a thrilling ensemble of some of the most talented actors today. From 2021 to 1986 with The Magic Crystal, of course starring Richard Norton and Cynthia Rothrock, I gave this 3.5 stars. I made a YouTube video about it. It is a weird movie full of fantastic martial arts. Back to 2021 with Blue Bayou. This is one of my favorite movies I watched one of my favorite movies I watched last year that was made in 2021. This is about someone who is there. So it's about a Korean gentleman who lives in New Orleans, who has lived there since he was 3 years old when he was adopted, but apparently his parents didn't fill out the right paperwork. Now as a grown man, he runs into some trouble with the law, and he is told that he is an illegal immigrant and is forced to go back to Korea, a place in which he has no home, he has no identity there, he does not know the language, he doesn't know anyone there, and he has to sort of fight to try to not get sent back. And it's a harrowing, disturbingly sad story, and at the end of the film it also runs down real people who were actually experiencing that. So awful. It's a very genuine movie that I loved very much, despite how sad it made me. Next up, The Chinatown Kid, starring Alexander Fu Shang from the first Shawscope box set. Sorry, I was looking down at said box set. I gave that one 4 stars. I liked it a lot. It's Kung Fu Scarface, and it was fantastic. I then concluded the Before trilogy, which I guess I had started watching and many of those the year prior towards the tail end of the year with Before Midnight. I liked Before Midnight a lot. I gave it 3.5 stars. I believe it's not as much as I gave the previous two films. Back to the Cinematic Vengeance box set with The Old Master from 1979. 2 stars, not a good movie. However, there's a fight scene towards the end of the movie on a rooftop that is just fantastic. Followed that up with the first time I've ever seen Snake in the Eagle's Shadow. I give it 4 stars. I don't love it as much as Drunken Master or many of Jackie Chan's other 70s films such as Fearless Hyena and The Young Master, but I enjoyed Snake in the Eagle's Shadow. I then watched I believe it is Paul Thomas Anderson, Wes Anderson, sorry, I mixed up my Andersons. Wes Anderson's The French Dispatch. While I am a Wes Anderson fan, I enjoy many of his films. Grand Budapest Hotel was delightful. This is a bit much. This is Wes Anderson truly patting himself on the back way too hard. It is too Wes Anderson, and I thought it was pretentious as hell. 2.5 stars. I don't know if I said that. Followed that up with Dragon Fist, 2.5 stars. I actually did like it quite a bit, but it is not very good. I then watched The Shaolin Wooden Men, Jackie Chan as well. This was just not good, 2.5 stars. I then dove in for the first time really on some Steven Seagal classics. Above the Law, 2.5 stars. I hated it. Under Siege, 3 stars. Tommy Lee Jones is delightful. Out for Justice, 2 stars. I am not a Seagal fan. I then watched Scott Adkins' Eliminators for the first time. I enjoyed it a decent amount. 3 stars. 2021 again with Cop Shop. Have you seen Cop Shop? It is a lot of fun. I recommend this movie here, that right there, Cop Shop. Go watch it because it is just so much fun. I gave that 4 stars. We then get into our first movie of 2022, and that is Jackass Forever. People who have been on this channel for a long time know that I'm a big Jackass fan. I have every season, every movie on DVD, and they bring me lots of joy. I gave it 3 stars. I liked it quite a bit, but not quite as good as the best Jackass stuff. My favorite is still number 2. Jumping back from 2022 to 2021 with The Tragedy of Macbeth, that is directed by Joel Coen, starring Denzel Washington. I do love me some Shakespeare. I'm one of those kind of weird nerds. I love Star Wars, pro wrestling, kung fu movies, and Shakespeare. I'm going to trust you, and I'm going to read my review for this, because I promise you it's stupid, and if you laugh at me, I'm going to cry. While I doth greatly enjoyeth Shakespeare, I hast never been the biggest fan of Macbeth. I've at each moment preferred Hamlet, A Midsummer Night's Dream, or Much Ado About Nothing. I did suppose I enjoyeth a did bite of comedy in mine own tragedy. However, I highly did enjoy this adaptation. Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand were incredible, as well as the rest of the did cast. But mine own favorite was the portrayal of the 3 hags. So stupid. The atmosphere, aided by the black and white, was perfectly grim for a tale about death leading to death. Yes, death leading to death, leading to death. I was surprised at which hour just before 10 minutes did remain in the film with Denzel Washington bethought that gent was in an Denzel Washington bethought that gent was in an Equalizer movie. But for yond shirt did burst of action, I was very entertained. What is wrong with me? That brings me way too much joy. So we will move on from 2021 to 2022. I gave that 5 stars, by the way. Fistful of Vengeance. One of the biggest disappointments of last year. I was so upset, so mad that this movie was absolutely terrible. 2 stars. Prisoners of the Ghostland. 1.5 stars. One of the most bonkers things I've ever seen. I like Sofia Boutella. She's fine in it. What's his name? Nicolas Cage. If you ever want to watch a movie where one of Nicolas Cage's testicles explodes, watch that. Stunt Women, The Untold Hollywood Story is obviously a documentary about stunt women. I give it 3.5 stars. It's a fun watch. 83's Winners and Sinners, of course, the first Three Dragons film, I gave 3 stars. I liked it. My Lucky Stars, again, these are movies I watched for the first time, so I'm one of those. I've not seen those until last year. My Lucky Stars, 1985, I gave that 4 stars. It's my favorite Lucky Three Dragons film. I'm talking too fast for my brain here. Studio 666 from last year. Now, again, people who know me, I am a diehard Foo Fighters fan. from head to freaking toe. I gave this 4 stars. I liked it a lot. I thought it was the best, the best, the best. I'm probably going to edit it out, but I just had to like stop and pause and sit with myself and think about what I just did. I then watched 2022's The Batman. So my first like 3 2022, actually no, Fistful of Vengeance. I was going to say my first 3 2022 films, but my first 4 2022 films were Jackass Forever, Studio 666, The Batman, and Fistful of Vengeance. So it's a weird year already. So of course The Batman, I know people loved it. It's many people's favorite movie of last year. I gave The Batman 3.5 stars, and I wrote a lot of things here, so I don't think I should really tell you why. I then dove into all of the Kickboxer movies. Kickboxer 2, The Road Back, 1 star. Kickboxer 3, The Art of War, somehow 3 stars. I don't know how I did that. Kickboxer 4, The Aggressor, 3.5 stars. That's crazy, right? And then, no, that's okay. Then I then took a pause in the minute there and watched Turning Red. So that's our 5th 2022 movie, which I gave 4.5 stars. I thought that was absolutely delightful. And then I did go back into Kickboxer, the last one with... Oh, there's more Kickboxers. The Redemption, Kickboxer 5, I gave 3.5 stars as well. Kickboxer Vengeance, 2 stars. Kickboxer Retaliation, 3 stars. Blood Match, probably the worst movie I watched last year. It's from 1991. It's a movie starring a bunch of martial artists from the era, like actual like professional fighters. I give that half a star. It's bad. The Mitchells vs. the Machines from 2021. This I gave 4.5 stars. Excellent animation style, very fun sci-fi story that perfectly matches my humor. It's random, dark, and repetitive, and I loved it. The action gets quite epic as well. Oh crap. There's a King Boxer reference in this movie. I'm not kidding. I'm watching this movie with my girlfriend, who has no idea about Kung Fu movies. She doesn't care. We're watching Mitchells and the Machines, whatever. She's having an okay time. And I suddenly start freaking out, nerding out, panicking, because I just notice this reference to an old, obscure Kung Fu movie. That it's like, why is this family-friendly animated film referencing one of the most influential Kung Fu movies of all time? Why?
She seems agitated. Do not defy our protocol.
I then watched 2021's Coda. Of course, it's fantastic. It was nominated for a bunch of awards. The father from that movie did win Best Actor, or Best Supporting Actor, which he deserved. It's fantastic. Almost the worst movie I watched last year. 1 star, Morbius. Now, I know Morbius is bad, and it's starting to get some defenders, but let's talk about the problem with Morbius. The problem with Morbius is it's not bad, it's not good, it's just really freaking boring. Nothing about it is exciting, the story is boring, the characters are boring, the action is boring, everything about it is just meh, and the worst thing... Somebody's honking their horn like crazy. The worst thing a movie can be is just incredibly boring. If a movie's terrible, you got something to talk about. If a movie's amazing, you got something to talk about. If a movie is nothing but absolutely boring, I got nothing to share. Followed it up with 2015's The Final Master. I enjoyed it quite a bit, 3 stars. Then followed that up with potentially my favorite movie of last year, and that is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I gave that a full 5 stars. I'll link a video that you can go watch on why. I then watched a fantastic documentary from last year. It's on HBO Max. You should go watch it. Even if you're not a skateboarding fan, I promise you, it's such a good story, such an interesting story, and such a beautifully eloquent ending thanks to the absolute genius eloquence that is Rodney Mullen, and that you should go watch. Tony Hawk Until the Wheels Fall Off on HBO Max. I gave it 4.5 stars. Again, I'm a skateboarding nerd. I'm a nerd for so much random crap. I'm a skateboarding nerd, and I loved it. 1990s Skinny Tiger Fatty Dragon, 3.5 stars. It's good fun. I finally watched a movie that's been on my list for years called Arahan from Korea from 2004. 4 stars. I had so much fun with this. It's such a fun movie. Yojimbo 1961. 5 stars. It's frickin' Yojimbo. I know that people don't like this movie very much, and maybe I need to go back and figure out how I really feel about it. I don't know. But Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, I gave 4.5 stars. I then followed that up with another 22 entry, and that is Jackass 4.5, which I actually gave more than Jackass 4. I gave it 3.5 stars. I laughed so hard at this. I freaking love it so much. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to watch it again, but it's just so freaking stupid and fun. I then followed up with one of the bigger surprises of last year, and that is Chippendale Rescue Rangers. This is a very fun, very meta film that if you don't know if you'd be interested in it, I promise just give it a chance and you'll probably like it. I said about it that it was a very smart movie. This could have been another Space Jam 2 or Ready Player One. Instead, it feels like a modern day Roger Rabbit. Chippendale Rescue Rangers, 3.5 stars, go watch it. I then watched 1981's Dreadnought, 3 stars. 1979's Knockabout, 4.5 stars, lots of fun, fantastic action in that movie. 1975's Super Inframan, 3 stars, it's stupid but it's a lot of fun. I then watched The Northman, I gave that 4 stars. 2021's Ip Man, The Awakening, 2.5 stars, just dreadful, I probably should have given it lower. I then watched 2022's The Lost City, 3.5 stars. I said lots of fun adventuring. Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock have fun chemistry. Daniel Radcliffe can do no wrong. It's just a fun movie. It's nothing special. Go watch it. You'll have a good time. I then watched maybe my second favorite movie of last year, and this is maybe the biggest surprise. Because look, Adam Sandler, yeah, he's been doing some good stuff recently, but I mean, it's just a sports movie. It's Adam Sandler. It's probably going to be okay. But I watched Hustle based off the trailer because I thought the trailer was fantastic. Hustle's just it's good. It's one of my favorite things I watched last year. I said this isn't some revolutionary film. I just really enjoyed it, and I can't find a single thing to fault for it. Hustle's good. It's just a movie that brought me a lot of joy. And at the end of the day, what more can I ask for? 2022 again, Top Gun Maverick. I gave Hustle 5 stars. I gave Top Gun Maverick 4 stars. I know, I'm a crazy person. I said I don't have the Top Gun nostalgia that my entire theater did, but the action scenes are incredible to watch and the characters are a lot of fun. I just wish the final fight wasn't incredibly predictable. 2006's Kiltro, a movie I've been very interested in watching, from Colombia or Chile. It's from Chile. This is a Chilean martial arts film that I've been wanting to watch, and I was severely underwhelmed. 2 stars. Next one is my biggest regret of last year, and that is RRR. My regret is that I didn't see it in theaters. I had many opportunities to see RRR in theaters, and I didn't because I'm a freaking idiot. I should have. I watched it on Netflix, and it's fantastic. I said my only problem is my only problem is that it is 3 hours long, but I don't know what I'd take out. Like, everything in the movie needed to be there. Everything in the movie felt like it fit. Everything in the movie was right. It's just long. And it's good. It's excellent. It's amazing. Yeah. Another surprise from last year is this is on Netflix, I believe. You should watch it. It's really interesting. Jennifer Lopez, Halftime. I gave this 4.5 stars. I believe I don't even know. I didn't even write anything for this. It's just 4.5 stars. My main takeaway was that Jennifer Lopez needs to take a nap. She's busy all the time. 2022's The Princess on Hulu, 2.5 stars. What did I say on this? Perfectly serviceable movie, entertaining enough, action on top of predictable plot. 1975's Disciples of Shaolin, I gave 2 stars. Thor Love and Thunder, I gave 4 stars. Let's see what I thought. Is the movie wall-to-wall jokes? Yes, but to be fair, a vast majority of them completely land. That's probably not true if I go back and watch it now. Christian Bale is wasted, but he is putting in an incredible performance. And then the action never had me on the edge of my seat or anything, but I was far more invested in the characters, both hero and villain. I should probably go back and watch this. It'll probably go down if I did rewatch it. Another huge surprise from last year. I was very pleasantly surprised by this. This is on Netflix, and you should go watch it. That is going to be The Sea Beast. I wrote, if it'll load, simple review about The Sea Beast. Beautifully animated, worth watching on a nice afternoon. 4 stars. 1979's Monkey Kung Fu, I gave 3.5 stars. Good fun. 1977's The Shaolin Plot, not good fun. 1.5 stars. 1977's The Iron-Fisted Monk, that is Sammo Hung's directorial debut, and I had a lot of fun with the final fight scene. Everything else in that movie was not very good. Again, 2022 is full of surprises. This is one that most people I have not heard anyone talk about this movie. I've heard so much talk about so many films, but no one is talking about this. Good luck to you, Leo Grand. Now, this movie is a talker. This is a very talky movie. This is about a woman in her 60s, maybe early 70s, I'm not sure, played by, I can't remember, let me see if I can find it here. Emma Thompson. Yes, Emma Thompson. And her husband has passed away, and she's single and old, and she's never explored herself sexually. So she gets a male escort, meets him in a hotel room, and like has just like a straight up like a shopping list. I want to do this, and this. And he like breaks it down and is like, look, we don't have to like make this like a procedural thing. We can make this something we can be passionate about and whatever. And it's like it's 2 hours long, and 1 hour and 50 minutes of that is them talking over the course of like a few weeks. And it's just them talking and just learning about each other. And then it's just great. It's a beautiful film. Again, 2022, going from a movie that is a lot of talking to a movie that is a lot of action and not very fun action at that. That is The Gray Man. I liked the car chase, 3 stars. 2022's Jordan Peele film, Nope. I gave that 4.5 stars. I said, honestly, I don't have words to describe this film, but the characters alone make a great palette for the overall film. It's a lot of fun. It's not Jordan Peele's best in my opinion, but I liked it. Bullet Train, I saw this movie twice in theaters. I liked it a lot. I said, a fun action comedy with colorful yet surprisingly well-rounded characters. The action isn't amazing, but it has some highlights. This would be an excellent double feature with Free Fire, or even Cop Shop. 2022 film called Carter. This is a South Korean film on Netflix that I have a YouTube review for, and you should go watch that up there. It's alright. I give that 2.5 stars. 2022's Prey, the Predator film. Just 4.5 stars, delightful. I said, I pray the Predator franchise continues to be this good. I then watched the 2021 Indonesian film Preman. Preman, Preman, I don't know. I said the drama is quite compelling. Sadly, the action isn't very creative or visually interesting. 2.5 stars. Just 2 stars. 2022's Day Shift. I had a lot of fun with this. I said basic and predictable story, but the action is some of the most entertaining you're going to find this year, and that is true. Day Shift. Go watch it on Netflix. I'm sure you already have. The Odd Couple, 1979, 4.5 stars. Some of the best sword and spear kung fu you're ever going to watch. 2022's Uncharted. I'm a huge fan of the Uncharted games. Uncharted 4 may be my top 5 favorite video games ever. I gave this 2.5 stars. I would rather just go play the video game. 1991's Tiger Claws. 2.5 stars. If I was a kid of the 90s, I would love it, but I'm not, so it's bad. I then watched Force of Execution, which I watched for this guy named Brent Foster, I think that is his name. Where are you at? Bren Foster, yes. This movie, the poster is going to have all these legends on it. I'll just have here, older people. None of them are the main character. The main character is Bren Foster, but he's not a celebrity, so they can't put him on the cover. He has some good action in this movie. He actually does quite good. I gave it 2 stars. If it was literally just a bunch of his action, I'd give it more, but there's so much of the other 3 people that I don't care. But Bren Foster is very good in it. Legendary Weapons of China. I gave that 3.5 stars. Not my favorite, but it's all right. Fury in Shaolin Temple, 1979, 2.5 stars. No, thank you. Back to last year with Clerks 3, 3.5 stars. Not the funniest, but the drama and characters hit right. The most satisfying goodbye to the quick stop. Again, 2022 with The Woman King. I gave this 4 stars. I said, while the larger narrative feels a bit broad, it serves as a vivid palette for rich characters and the powerful stories they experience alongside each other. The action could have been shot better at times, but every beat of it is driven by the characters. When the action needs to focus on great moments, it does so with ferocity and precision. Incredible performances from top to bottom. Tuso Umberu shines alongside powerhouses Viola Davis, Lashana Lynch, and Sheila Atim. I give that 4 stars, and honestly, I rewatched it recently. I'd probably bumped it up to a 4.5, almost maybe even a 5. It's a lot of fun. It's really, really good. 1976 with Challenge of the Masters. 2 stars. I didn't like it very much. 2021's The Janitor, or A Janitor. I think it's a Japanese film. Whatever it was, it's 2 stars. I didn't like it very much. 2022's See How They Run in theaters. You can watch this now on HBO Max. However, I don't recommend you do. I gave it 2 stars. I said, while Saoirse Ronan is somewhat delightful as comic foil, the usually lively Sam Rockwell plays the straight man as painfully dull as possible. His performance takes away from Ronan's, as having such a small reaction to her bumbles makes them feel pointless. This comical murder mystery feels about as lifeless as Rockwell's performance, as the story slugs through boring clue after boring clue, finally leading up to a somewhat more fun conclusion that still left a lot to be desired. Several other actors looked as if they didn't want to be there. Perhaps they thought this was Knives Out too. I fell asleep in the theater. 100%. Dozed off for about 3 minutes. I then went back to the theater for Don't Worry Darling. I liked Don't Worry Darling a lot. I gave it 4.5 stars. I said this movie is nearly spotless from top to bottom. Florence Pugh continues to be an acting revelation. I'm not trying to rag on him for controversial reasons, but sincerely, Harry Styles couldn't hold an American accent for more than 2 sentences. I'm pretty sure they wrote in dialogue explaining him being British, even though he would continue to go back and forth with his accents. The only reason this didn't get a 5 stars is because of Harry Styles. And I'm generally not trying to just take a dump on him. He wasn't good. Blood Hunters Rise of the Hybrids. I gave this is a 2019 film, I gave it 1.5 stars. Mr. Vampire, 4 stars. It's fantastic. Go watch it. Meet Cute 2022 as well. This is on Peacock. I highly recommend this. I give it 4.5 stars. Stars Kaylee Cuoco and Pete Davidson. I said, come for the cute trailer, stay for the too real emotional distress as the cute rom-com turns into a complicated joyride of mental illness with a hint of calming hope. Seriously, I am loving this era of streaming service romantic comedies films. Netflix has always been my maybe. Hulu has Palm Springs. Now Peacock has Meet Cute. I enjoyed this movie a lot. Like I said, 4.5 stars. Bros from last year. I gave this 3.5 stars. Pretty by the numbers, but made me laugh out loud quite a few times. And a great cast. I believe that is on some streaming service now. Peacock? I think it's on Peacock. I liked Bros. Go watch it. 1993's Showdown, starring Billy Blanks, I believe. Yes, I said, who gave Karate Kid cocaine? That movie is insane. 2 stars. Luckiest Girl Alive from last year, 2022, starring Mila Kunis. I said, ultimately, this movie hardly has any flaws for me. It all comes down to the mood of the viewer. This is a very heavy film. I really didn't have a lot to say about it. It's very emotional. 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars. Very good. Go watch it. Accident Man Hitman's Holiday. I was quite disappointed by this. I give it 3.5 stars, but because I'm disappointed because I wanted to give it more. I have a review for it. You should go watch that review. The Seventh Curse from 1986. I gave it 4 stars. It is a batshit insane movie. Black Adam. Again, my problem, just like with Morbius, is that Black Adam is just boring. It's not bad. It's not a horrible movie. It's just dull. Blade of the 47 Ronin, 2.5 stars. My oldest movie I watched last year, 1940, The Great Dictator. I said, you know how you watch something that set the trend and inspired other movies, and it isn't that funny because you've watched movies that made... Jesus Christ, I'm going to start that over. You know how you watch movies that set the trend and inspire other movies, and it isn't that funny because movies made after perfected the style and do it better? Yeah, that did not happen here. This movie is funny as hell. 1972's Lady Whirlwind. I was very excited for this. Angela Mao. I love me some Angela Mao. And I said Angela Mao movie isn't an Angela Mao movie. She is she's the star, but she's not the star. Last Night in Soho from 2021. I gave it 2 stars. Did not stick the landing for me at all. I found a lot of problems with it. I didn't like very much. Oh my god. Gonjiam Haunted Asylum, 2018 Korean horror movie. Scared the shit out of me, 4 stars. 2021, I say 2022 because it came out in America in 2022, I guess. Baby Assassins, Japanese film. I gave it 4 stars. Loved it a lot. Can't wait for the sequel. Please go watch the first. I then watched 2022's Barbarian. A lot of people were saying this movie was just twist after twist after twist after twist after twist. You're never going to see what's coming. It's amazing. Oh my god, it's revolutionary. It set so many different trends that are going to inspire so many different movies. I'm talking so goddamn fast. I thought it was boring as hell. I enjoyed the first twist. After that, I was like, where's the other twist? I don't get it. I understand what's happening. I don't like this. 3 stars. Sorry, Barbarian. People gave it like 5.5 out of 5, 30 out of 10 stars. 3 stars. It's not very good. It's fine. It's like, yeah, I get it. Whatever. It's not revolutionary. It's not incredible. What? I don't understand. I didn't get it. Black Panther Wakanda Forever from last year, I gave that 4 stars. What did I say here if I can get this to freaking load? While I didn't quite feel the magic of Wakanda, I felt the magic of its people. This is a character piece above all, and every character works to bring the story together. Namor is a brilliant addition to the world, and Tenochtitlan perfectly brings the character to life. The story of him and his people was fantastic. How to make a fantastical movie boring, introduce the U.S. military. The scenes in America that don't include our core cast bring the movie to a bit of a halt. The common Marvel action issue... What's happening? What? Oh. The common Marvel action issues remain in this movie. So, choppy editing. 1997's Blood Moon. Cheesy action, 4 stars. 1994's Red Sun Rising. I'm just really not a fan of Don the Dragon Wilson. 1.5 stars. Oh my god. Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realm. The second animated Mortal Kombat movie. 2.5 stars. Didn't like it very much. Again, these movies are not doing very good for me. 2022's Where the Crawdads Sing. 3 stars. The Champion of Auschwitz. This is a Polish movie about a boxer in Auschwitz. From 2020, I give it 3 stars. I enjoyed it enough. I said, sadly, Netflix only has this movie with English dubbing. Big mistake, I think. Possibly taking away from the dramatic aspects of the film. The Champion holds... It's called The Champion on Netflix, The Champion of Auschwitz. The Champion of Auschwitz holds attention well, but the heavy dramatic highs and lows don't often land. Again, this was the English dub, so I wish I could have seen it in Polish or German, whatever language it was in. Is this black enough for you? 4 stars. I thought it covered a lot of ground that I've already learned about in other mediums, but I enjoyed it a lot. 1993's The Bride with the White Hair. This is exactly the style of kung fu movie that I don't like. 2 stars. 12 Angry Men from 1957. I give it 4 stars. My review simply says acting. 2022's Shadow Master. I have a video review for it. Go watch it. I gave it 3 stars. I then watched the 1988 film Willow because I want to watch the series. I'm a few episodes into the series. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I enjoyed Willow too. I gave it 3.5 stars. I said a fantastical movie, a fantastically fun movie that probably plays much better on a big screen. I wish I'd have seen it in theaters. That'd have been dope. I finally also watched towards the tail end of the year The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent from last year. I gave that 4 stars. One of the most fun films of the year. Last year's The Menu. I know people are watching it now. I saw it in theaters. I enjoyed it a lot. Hell, I enjoyed it so much. I give it 5 stars. I said in the spirit of the film, I enjoyed it and it made me walk out smiling. So why not give it 5 stars? It made me smile. Shaolin Mantis, 3.5 stars. Had me going in the first half. I thought it was really going to be really bored. Turns out the final act of the movie, much better. 3.5 stars. I then watched The Lesson Plan. This was weird. So this is also a Polish film. The lead in this movie had a smaller role in The Champion of Auschwitz. And so like a week after I'd watched The Champion of Auschwitz, this movie popped up on Netflix. And I'm like, I saw that guy in The Champion. So I'm going to watch that. And I enjoyed it enough, 3.5 stars. It's a Polish movie. I said, this Polish martial arts film, yes, it is a Polish martial arts film. This Polish martial arts film changes tone a weird number of times. It's dark, it's light, it's really dark, it's serious, it's light. Luckily, though, it stays entertaining and watchable. The fights are more than acceptable. However, I found myself wishing there had been some undercranking. Undercranking is when a movie is sped up. Maybe it goes faster than it was actually like performed in. Over choreographing fights is fine, but when they're performed slow enough, it's just too obvious. The final fight was a lot of fun, and I wish it was a few minutes longer. I do wish the students would have been given more characters. We only really get to know 2 or 3 of them. All in all, enjoyable enough film. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired. I then watched The Green Lantern Beware My Power on HBO Max. Animated film, I liked it a lot. I said this is some good DC animated film. I then watched 1994's Burning Paradise. 3.5 stars. Definitely some incredible action that everyone has been telling me about. Many people on the internet have been telling me to watch this movie. I just wish I could see more of it. Turns out, setting the film in a cave system and having characters dressed in black makes it very hard to see fight scenes. I then watched last year's The Banshees of Inisherin. We are coming down to the end of the year. It's wrapping up. I know I'm going for 48 minutes now. It's probably not 48 minutes in the video, but as I'm looking at my recording time, it's 48 minutes and I'm wasting time talking about the time. The Banshees of Inisherin. I said, I don't think any movie has ever made me exclaim, Jesus Christ, more in my life. I gave that 4.5 stars. Beautiful acting. Crazy story. It's great. I watched Jonah Hill's film Stutz, the movie about his psychiatrist. I said this movie may help some people. It may set some people on a path they didn't know they needed. Jonah is one of the most interesting filmmakers in Hollywood, and this film continues his directing rise. I then watched Batman and Superman, Battle of the Super Sons, 3.5 stars. Is the animation a weaker version of The Dragon Prince on Netflix? Yes. Is some of the dialogue Is some of the dialogue rough? Yes. But the heart is still there, and by the end, I quite enjoyed it. I'm like reading the most random reviews. People told me to watch this next movie. I've heard for like the whole year, I didn't watch it till the end of the year, but all year I heard people raving about this movie, and finally I picked it up on Black Friday because it was $7 on Blu-ray, and I finally watched it, and I don't get the hype. Ambulance from last year, Michael Bay. I just saw people absolutely showering this movie with praise. I give it 1.5 star. I said the more personal moments of tension grabbed me. The emotion was handled very well, but I found Michael Bay's directing style irritating. The swooping shots and moving camera at all times made focusing on the goings-on of a scene very difficult. The transition between scenes and events oddly chose to pick up an action midway through it or even on the tail end. I constantly found myself asking how something started or if certain accidents were necessary. I wouldn't have to ask if I understood how they happened in the first place, and sadly it turns out watching a car crash for 2 hours really is not my thing, so 1.5 stars. Avatar: The Way of Water, I gave that 4.5 stars. It's probably not going to be in my top 5 of last year. It's really not. I said, of course, Avatar: The Way of Water looks incredible. Moments throughout the film look so good I forgot it was animated. As I like to say with many beautifully animated films, damn, that water looks good. The story shares many elements with the first one, with a few added twists. While all of the characters played their part, half of them don't really get anything to do. This goes for characters old and new. While I had a blast watching Avatar: Way of the Water, its biggest fault is that nothing about the movie makes me feel particularly excited. Once it was over, the most I had to say is that was a really good movie. Nothing about the movie has had me talking about it with friends or anything else. If you ask me what I think, I'll say it was really good with no further detail. I then that very same day went home and watched Beautiful Boy from 2018. I gave that 4 stars. Again, my review is simply acting. Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery. I gave this a full-on 5 stars. This is one of those 5 out of 5 movies only because I can't really find a fault with it. I was entertained from start to finish. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the mystery and the several layers of said mystery. Layers like an ogre. Just an absolute good time. Knives Out, Glass Onion. I liked it a whole lot. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, 4.5 stars. This is one that not enough people are talking about, not enough people have seen, and I seriously recommend it. Watch it with your kids, or maybe don't, because they will cry and go to bed thinking way too much about life. 3 more movies, and the year is over. I'm tired. My mouth feels dry. I have water! Look at that sticker. You can get that sticker. You see the sticker? Look at that. It's mine. You can get that sticker. And the link I'll put in the info down there. Yeah, water. Because that's the way of water. 1992. I picked up the Criterion edition of this movie, and I finally watched for the first time ever Malcolm X. 4.5 stars. Yeah, it's just great. It's Malcolm X. 2 more movies. This one, not enough people are talking about. It is from last year. It is one of the most entertaining movies I watched last year, and I watched it on like December 28th. This is The Big Four, the follow-up film from Timo Tchajanto. His recent film before that was The Night Comes For Us, one of the very best, most gory martial arts action films of the last decade. It's on Netflix. Go watch that, and then watch The Big Four. It's a very different movie. I said with 4.5 stars. What happens when you combine The Night Comes For Us level violence with the A-Team's dynamic and Harold and Kumar's insanity. You get The Big Four. This movie has some of the best action of the year with absolutely the most brutality. Yes, somehow also manages to add goofiness and stoner comedy, a combination I'd have never thought of, and it works. The Big Four, for the love of God, go watch it. Timo Tchadanto, for the love... If somebody doesn't give Timo Tchadanto a Mortal Kombat movie, give Timo Tchadanto Mortal Kombat. Do you want the best action you're going to get with the Mortal Kombat crazy gore that I'm not a really big fan of, but it works in his movies? Timo Tchadanto. Go watch this movie and tell me he does not need to make a Mortal Kombat movie. One more movie. It's very random. It's a kung fu movie. The last movie I watched last year was 2021's Kowloon Walled City, starring one of my very favorite modern kung fu artists, someone who has suffered greatly from the fall of kung fu cinema in China and Hong Kong next to the Chinese government. Something I probably shouldn't say on the internet, or the Chinese government will track me down. Yes, Kowloon Walled City, 3 stars. Did great with what it could. You know, there's a lot of restrictions they can't really do in kung fu movies these days, and this movie does pretty good with what it can do. I said Xingyu will always hold a special place for me. There aren't many good Hong Kong kung fu movies these days, likely due to government restriction. But Kowloon does its best with what it has, resulting in a quirky film with a handful of good fights. I'm so tired. Yeah, this last movie I watched from last year, Kowloon Walled City. Fun. I had fun with that. I had fun with this video. This was a lot. So what was your movie I watched last year? Was it Avatar? Was it Black Panther? Was it, I don't know, Glass Onion? Was it The Big Four? Because you should go watch The Big Four. Marcel the Shell Who Wears Shoes? Jackass? Hell, was it a movie from 1940, like The Great Dictator? What is your favorite movie that I watched last year is the question that I've already asked before, and I'm asking it again right now because that's what I want to know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Head over to Facebook, There Is the Martial Arts Film Freak Facebook page, Instagram, Martial Arts Film Freak, Tristan_Glover on the Twitter, Martial Arts Film Freak on TikTok, where I'm hanging out with the kiddos. Videos coming up in the future. Working on another Wrestlers and Martial Arts Movies video, because there's always more of those. I'm working on another Kung Fu Essential. This one is going to be leading up to her, hopefully, Oscar nomination, and then double, hopefully, Oscar win, Michelle Yeoh. I'm working on Kung Fu Essential Michelle Yeoh, because I'm excited about her being an Oscar winner. I'm so tired. Videos like this just bring out me being weird. So do all those things, comment, follow, like, share, subscribe. Those pages you should go follow and like and all those things. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.